Matt, congratulations on the series. What a great night to come and celebrate. How does it feel seeing part of the AIDS quilt and just thinking back on the series and all that you accomplished with it?
That's the first time I've seen it actually since we shot that last scene of the show, and I didn't know we had it on set that day. And I done, it was a very emotional scene, so I done all this preparation, thinking I was going to come to some set piece, and then it was the real thing, and it just totally took over the scene. All I had to do was get out of my own way on that one, and so it's kind of emotional to see it for the first time since then. It has, you can't help but, it can't help but affect you, I think, to be in its presence.
What was it like to be part of this show that's so emotional but also so political and spanning decades? And how does it still relate to what people are going through today? Because there are still people that aren't comfortable coming out of the closet today. So,
Well, sadly, there are a lot of ways it's relevant today, but I think all the things you're mentioning, the fact that it is a period piece that covers so many different decades, it has these complicated, complex, well-drawn characters. Those are all the things that drew me to the project in the first place when I read the source material and was fortunate enough to come on and produce with Robbie and Ron really early on in the process. So I love it. I'm just so grateful that I got to be a part of this story. Look, the most amazing thing you can hope for as an actor is for people on the street to come up and want to engage with you about the work or the show, not even your work. And this isn't the kind of show where people want to just go, oh, I like that or whatever. They want to have in-depth conversations with you. My uncle was a Hawk. My cousin was a Tim. My friend was a Marcus. Like they see their own humanity in it or the humanity of people they've known and loved in it. And to me, as an actor, that's all you can really hope for in the work you do.
and it's changed from the types of shows you can move. I mean, this show has a lot of sex, and I think that shows an escape that people needed at that time. In some ways, that's what it was. It was like the moment they could be themselves for 1 second of the day. What was your response to going through that and having that be such a huge part of the series?
I mean, obviously, it's scary, when you first read it. But then once I realized that it was really an extension of who these characters were, and the way they came together was really reflective of not only how their history and what they'd gone through, but their response to an oppressive society. And in their connection together, they were almost able to find like this therapeutic moment of connection where they could just let it all out together. So, I think those are. Anytime you have a love scene where it furthers the story and it adds to the richness of the characters, and the characters aren't the same after than they were when they started the scene, I think then it's always a good reason to have a scene like that. So, thankfully, I'm just glad I had a great scene partner who was we made a pact together. We would always respect each other's boundaries and have each other's back throughout the shoot, and Johnny was just an incredible scene partner all around in all the scenes. So.
And what could you take away from Hawk, or what did you bring into Hawk? Like, what sort of parallels or things can you either learn from him, or did you bring into him in the role?
I mean, I think that's kind of personal, because I feel like if you're really trying to do the work, there's something you can learn from all your characters, and that's what you get to keep. That's kind of what's for you. I just know that for me, I just saw him as a real badass, and it's so rare to read a gay character who is like kind of a cowboy. He's raging against the machine in his own way, and he's operating by his own system of ethics and morals, and it's what he has to do to survive. So I don't know. He inspired me a lot in that regard. Yeah.
And finally, Critics' Choice Award nomination, Golden Globe Award nomination, SAG Award nomination, Peabody Award. I mean, this has gotten some great critical reception. What does that mean for you as an actor, and what does it mean as a producer, an executive producer?
I mean, how can I be? I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. I don't know what else to say other than I've experienced the alternative, and I'm just so thankful that we were able to get this story made. The fact that it's had the response it has is really icing on the cake. I think with this job, I did 96 out of 100 days. It was like 80-hour weeks. At the end of it, I felt like I'd done everything I could to just leave it all on the table. So I hope that it would resonate with people, but I was like, I'm not going to read any of that stuff. I'm just going to let my experience be what my experience was, and hope that people find the story. And I'm just so grateful that we had a great network and studio behind us who really got behind us and helped us get the word out there. So.
Well, such a powerful story. We're looking forward to the Emmys, and I think we'll hear some names called. So congratulations,
Thank you.
and
Thanks so much.
have fun tonight.
See y'all. Take care.